What's up, people? A little something different for you. Motorcycle review on the Buell Hammerhead 1190 super bike for the road. Bad motherfucker. First of all, what's up? What's up with this bike? Are people not buying it? Are they not even test riding it and doing reviews like several people on YouTube do with like every other motorcycle that's ever existed? I mean, maybe there's like low inventory. There's probably, not every town has Buells in stock. Top Spoke in Phoenix, Arizona is the only place where you can buy it in Arizona currently. That's where I test rode mine today. But yeah, I only found like two reviews on YouTube. One of them was Yammy Noob. That was a good, thorough review, as per usual from the Yam. And then the other one was that like 1 minute long, like not even review, just like introduction by Roland Sands. So I guess people aren't buying them. I know, the guy at Top Spoke was having trouble, selling people on it. And that's a shame, yo, because it's a bad motherfucker. Really cool bike, really simple, not a lot of tech. Analog. I didn't particularly like how all the data was displayed on the dash, but that's just personal preference. I do like more generally that it was simple, that the bike didn't have all kinds of creature comforts and stuff. Okay. Like a bike in that power range of that displacement, new bike that has all kinds of techie stuff, you're looking at 30 grand and it just goes, that's starting and it just keeps going up from there, 50, 60 grand in some cases. I just don't think it's necessary. This bike is $20,000 price tag, and you're getting a lot for it. You're getting a lot of performance, 185 horsepower, a lot of acceleration. It's a wheelie machine. Like I felt the front wheel trying to come up on several occasions, but the seating position is actually pretty comfortable, even though it's a super bike. Like you're down, but I'm 5'11", 32-inch inseam for reference, and I felt really comfortable on it. I had both feet on the ground, standing, and when I was not even tucking, just like in a normal, natural sport bike riding position, I felt like I had a lot of control over the inputs to adjust for the fact that like the wheel wanted to come up a little bit, that fuel and frame concept that Buell boasts about definitely works. The bike felt super balanced, very confidence inspiring. And I'm not the most experienced on two wheels. I've only, ridden a handful of motorcycles in my life. And my own motorcycle has a much smaller displacement than this one. And I felt confident pushing it right away in terms of acceleration and taking corners. Although, unfortunately, I was in the grid city that is Phoenix, Arizona. But, I got down as low as I could, So, clutch, I didn't get out of third gear, and I only went up to third gear because I was in the city. Really just to feel the clutch, to see what it was like to go up and down. A little heavy for a slipper clutch. At least they say it's a slipper clutch, I think. My bike has a slipper clutch and it feels a lot lighter in a good way. This one felt a little bit heavier, but I could see myself getting used to it. Not a big deal. A lot of people have raised an eyebrow about there only being one front brake disc. Remember, this is a sport bike, so the front brake is the one that really stops you. I didn't feel like it was a problem. The one disc and the one caliper that is on the front wheel, it's a beefy boy, the caliper, and I felt pretty confident on the brakes. But if I were to ride it on track, might be a different story, to like push the limits a little more. What else? Oh, one thing I really liked about it is that the throttle wasn't twitchy at all. Very forgiving. Bike has 185 horsepower. Again, you expect like to really have to like ease your way into the power and feel it out. Again, like this was another part of the bike that inspired confidence right away. I didn't feel like I was going to like throw myself off of it by twisting the throttle. There was kind of a wide throttle range between closed and fully open, if that makes sense. And I never quite got to fully open riding on the road in Phoenix. Didn't feel like I needed to. Felt like I experienced the power that was there just fine. But again, I'd love to take it out for a track day and give a more thorough review. You know, uh, what else? I wanted to know what it felt like to have a V twin engine on between my legs in a sport bike frame, and actually it wasn't too bad. You know, you expect like V twin usually on a cruiser Harley type bike, a lot of vibration to go along with the rumble. This bike didn't have as much rumble, has a pretty cool throaty Buell, signature Buell sound to it. And the vibration wasn't bad. It smoothed out, and especially when you get up into the high rev range, it felt like everything was working in perfect harmony, and that the little extra vibrations that you get as opposed to like a 4-cylinder superbike, you notice it right away, but I could see myself getting used to it really quickly. Like, it didn't take my focus away from anything. The Buell in general was a good example of a bike that you kind of forget about while you're riding it. Like, it inspires confidence. You kind of like, it does exactly what you want it to do when you tell it to do it, and you can become one with the bike, especially because it's all mechanical bits to it, and it's not like these electronics trying to compensate for the fact that you're a shitty rider. And then when somebody who is a good rider gets on that bike and has those creature comforts of like traction control and stuff, it tends to be an infringement. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like ABS. Like, if you feel the brakes and you're like coming into a hairpin turn and you're braking hard, you feel that ABS engage on a bike that has ABS, and it gets in the way and you can't stop as quickly as you want to. Nothing about the Hammerhead from my short test ride, infringed on my confidence in like really going for it on the straights and in the turns. So, Buell Hammerhead 1190. Check it out. Don't sleep on it. If I had the cash, I'd probably throw it down. It's a lot of bang for your buck. It's bare bones, baby. It's a purist's motorcycle. And look, if you want something like that, and you don't care about all the tech, you're saving a lot of money by buying this bike as opposed to a new BMW or something, and you're getting the same performance, dude. Like, come on, let's be honest. At least the Buell, like, it'll make you a better rider. I'll say that much, compared to bikes that have all kind of traction control system. Buell does have traction control, by the way. 3 levels. I don't know what it was on by default. I just got on it and rode it, and I didn't feel like there was anything trying to compensate for anything that it perceived as a mistake. That's like the problem with too much tech in cars too. Like, I remember way back, I test drove a Ferrari 458 Italia and then a McLaren MP412C back to back on track on the limit. And I noticed that the Ferrari's driver aids just helped you have more fun, made you feel like you were still like fully in control of the car. Whereas the McLaren at that time, I'm sure they've sorted it out, made it feel more organic since then in the newer McLarens. But it perceived that because I was trying to kick the tail out and drift a little bit, it perceived that as a mistake, and it overcorrected and almost put me into the wall. Right. So I definitely wouldn't want that kind of thing on a fucking motorcycle. I know they generally just prevent the wheels from spinning. But the Buell didn't have any infringements in that regard, right? It felt really pure and fun, and try it out. Don't sleep on it if you're in the market for a bike of that displacement. So that's my review on the Hammerhead. Have a good day.